The Seventh Day Adventist Church is one of the most recognizable Christian denominations in the world today, yet many people still find it unusual or mysterious. Even among Christians, Adventists are often seen as different because of their practices, lifestyle choices, and beliefs. Some of these differences are deeply biblical, while others feel surprising to outsiders. In this discussion, we'll explore 10 weird facts about the Seventh-day Adventist Church in a simple and engaging way, breaking them down so anyone can understand them clearly. One weird fact about the Seventh-day Adventist Church is that they worship on Saturday instead of Sunday. This alone sets them apart from most Christian churches worldwide. Adventists believe Saturday is the true Sabbath because it is the seventh day mentioned in the Bible, starting from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset. For them, this is not just a tradition, but a serious commandment from God. To outsiders, it feels strange to see churches full on Saturday morning while many others are preparing for Sunday worship. What makes this even more unusual is how strictly the Sabbath is observed. Many Adventists avoid regular work, business transactions, shopping, and even certain forms of entertainment during Sabbath hours. The day is treated as holy time, reserved for worship, rest, family, and service. In a fast-moving world where weekends are for errands and hustle, this Sabbath lifestyle feels almost out of place. Another weird fact is that the church strongly promotes vegetarianism and healthy living. While not all Adventists are vegetarians, the church officially encourages a plant-based diet. This comes from their belief that the body is the temple of God. Meat, alcohol, tobacco, and even caffeine are discouraged or avoided by many members. To outsiders, a church talking so much about food and health can feel unusual. This health focus goes beyond diet. Adventists are famous for living longer than average. Places like Loma Linda, California, where many Adventists live, are known as blue zones because of exceptional longevity. The idea that a church could influence how long people live sounds strange, but their lifestyle principles seem to work. Faith, rest, diet, and community are all combined into daily life. Another weird fact is the church is placing a strong emphasis on prophecy and end-time events. Adventists study books like Daniel and Revelation intensely. They believe the world is nearing the second coming of Jesus, and this belief shapes their preaching, teaching, and worldview. For some people, this constant focus on the end of the world feels unsettling or extreme. Closely related to this is the belief in an investigative judgment. This teaching says that God began a special judgment process in heaven in 1844, reviewing the lives of believers. Many Christians have never heard of this idea, making it one of the most unique and strange teachings of the church. Even within Christianity, this doctrine often sparks confusion and debate. Another weird fact is their belief about death. Seventh-day Adventists believe that the dead are asleep and unconscious until the resurrection. They reject the idea that souls immediately go to heaven or hell after death. This view, called soul sleep, feels strange to people who grew up believing loved ones are watching over them from heaven. This belief affects how Adventists view funerals and mourning. Instead of speaking about the dead as being active in heaven, they focus on the hope of resurrection. While comforting in its own way, it sounds unusual to many people who expect different language around death. Another surprising fact is the church's global education system. The Seventh-day Adventist Church runs one of the largest Protestant school networks in the world. From primary schools to universities and medical institutions, Adventists invest heavily in education. It feels strange that a church places so much emphasis on formal learning, science, and medicine. Connected to this is their strong presence in healthcare. Adventists run hospitals, clinics, and health programs worldwide. Many people are shocked to learn that a church is behind so many respected medical institutions. This combination of faith and science often surprises those who assume religious groups avoid modern medicine. Another weird fact is the church's strict stance on alcohol and smoking. While many churches discourage these habits, Adventists openly teach total abstinence. Alcohol, tobacco, and drugs are considered harmful to both body and spirit. In cultures where social drinking is normal, this position feels extreme or outdated. Music and entertainment within the church can also feel strange to outsiders. Traditional Adventist worship often avoids loud instruments, dancing, and highly emotional performances. While this is changing in some regions, many still associate the church with quiet, structured services. To some, this feels rigid or old-fashioned. Another unusual aspect is their strong missionary focus. Adventists actively send missionaries across the world, often to remote or difficult areas. They believe spreading the gospel is a personal responsibility, not just the job of pastors. This intense commitment can feel overwhelming to people outside the church. One more weird fact is how organized the church is. The Seventh Day Adventist Church operates with a highly structured global system, with headquarters, unions, conferences, and divisions. Decisions made at the top can influence churches worldwide. This level of organization feels more like a corporation than a typical church to some observers. Finally, the church's origin story itself feels strange. The denomination grew out of a failed prophecy in the 1800s, known as the Great Disappointment. Instead of collapsing after the prophecy failed, the movement reorganized and grew into a global church. The fact that a mistake led to a worldwide denomination is surprising to many. In conclusion, the Seventh-day Adventist Church is filled with beliefs and practices that can seem weird, confusing, or even extreme at first glance. From worshiping on Saturday to focusing deeply on health, prophecy, and lifestyle, Adventists stand apart in many ways. Yet behind these strange facts is a sincere desire to live according to the Bible and prepare for what they believe is Christ's return. Whether you agree with their beliefs or not, their influence on health, education, and faith worldwide is impossible to ignore. If you've learned something new today or found this discussion interesting, take a moment to reflect on how different expressions of faith shape the world around us. Feel free to share your thoughts, drop a comment, and stay curious. Until next time, stay thoughtful, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.